Time to clock in and get to work. Hello and welcome back, Martians, to another review. Today we are reviewing Get to Work, the first expansion pack from The Sims 4 of many. So it's kind of supposed to be like ambitions from The Sims 3, but did it really hold up to The Sims 3? Well, let's go through it and see if it did. Alright, so first we're going to, of course, start off with Cass, the first thing that I usually start off with. So it's not the best Cass, of course, because most of the stuff in the start of making The Sims was not that good. Like, it's a lot of work stuff, there's a lot of jewelry. Well, not a lot, but there's a pretty good amount of necklaces is what I'm trying to say. There's alien makeup, which I will go to when I do the alien cast, which is not that big. Like, there's good basic layering. Like, it's a little bit on the fancier side, but also there's some casual stuff as well. The pants, they're okay. To be honest, I like the male pants a little bit. The short are disgusting. The male shorts, I'm not a big fan of. There's some good full body looks for men. I think they're really nice for men. The suit is really nice. So there is good things in it. There's just not the best of things. There's, of course, doctor scrubs in all of them. There's a scientist outfit if you actually do the career. I didn't have the unlock thing in. There is retail outfits like aprons and stuff like that, but not really aprons. No, there's a polo shirt, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't, again, unlock that. A lot of female hairs. I gotta say, there's a lot of female hairs. Are any of them good? Maybe. It's very questionable. There's some that are okay. Like, I would use them maybe again. Maybe. Probably not. I don't use like any of the casts. Like, I probably use the beaded necklace. I like that one. And I like the gem necklace as well with the 2 gems on it. That's good. There's also some workout stuff for women. The women stuff is a little bit weird to me. Like, I feel like it's not as get to worky. There's like 4 shirts that are like get to work, maybe 3 or 4. But most of it's like casual, kind of almost workout clothes, which I don't know why. Or like those weird shorts that are like 2 different patterns. There was a lot of stuff that, oh, there is aprons. I am watching it back. There is aprons. But like, it's not really get to work vibe to me for some of the girl casts. The male cast is usually all really get to worky. There's a good amount of leggings too for women, like tights. They kind of are cute. There's some good tights. There's also a lot of shoes again. They loved making shoes back then. They really did. And were they any of them good? No. And thankfully there is kids cast. There is no toddler or infants because they didn't have them at the time. We got earrings in this pack for kids, which I was really happy about because I love putting earrings on my kids, and they're cute earrings. The pack, I really like the little sweater thing on kids. There was a good amount of kids stuff. Kids cast was probably my favorite, and there's not a lot of it, but it's good, and that's the problem. Well, that's a good thing, but the kids cast is so good compared to the adult one, where I'm just like, I don't use a lot of the adult stuff, but I use a lot of the kid stuff. So I don't really know how to rate this pack, well, the cast specifically, because there is good kid stuff. The adult stuff is hit or miss, very hit or miss. Like, they even have glasses for the kids, and they're good glasses. Like, it's a good kid cast. Now for aliens, you do get a bunch of different skin colors that you can do with blue, greens, purples. Aliens are fun, I guess. Like, you can have little not alter egos, disguises. You can have disguises. You can have a lot of fun face paint, makeup, whatever. You can have a lot of fun makeup. They have the 2 suits, and that goes from adult all the way to infant. Don't know why I did it that way, but there's a whole bunch of suits, a whole bunch of makeup. The makeup is so fun. That is one of my favorite parts. It's really not good for any other sim except for aliens, though. I love how I said that there's like a lot of suits. There's 2, but it's 2 for each gender and each age group, thankfully. And they also do have a newborn outfit as well, not just infants. Forgot about newborns sometimes. Sometimes I forget about them. They're just there. I age them up right away. But also, like I said, the face paint is so pretty. I feel like you can make such a cool alien, and I really wish I played with aliens more, but they give not that much depth to them. Not death. Like, they're just Sims that are blue. But for the cast, I would give it a 3 out of 10 probably. Actually, maybe a 3.5 only because of the kids cast. Now it is build by time. Now, build by, I mean, it really depends on your style, but it's only kind of serving or being good in the first place if you're making like a lab. Most things in here are very ready for retail. There's a lot of retail stuff. It looks a lot of retail kind of windows and setups, all of that. If you want to make a dungeon, it's pretty good for that too. But most of the actual stuff is kind of very ugly. The doors are cute, okay, but it's all boutique kind of bakery things. A lot of columns, but 3, but they're all not really what you want for a normal house. It's more, like I said, if you're making a dungeon, a lab, boutique, it's prisons. Like, it's not really something that I'm a big fan of. There is some modern chairs. I have never used the couches from this pack, and I promise you that I don't think I've ever used them. I really don't. There's a lot of just weird objects that you wouldn't really use. You can make a photography studio, but still, even if you do, it's not really worth it. There's a lot of stuff. Keep in mind, I photos the lot. There's a lot of stuff I just don't use like any of it at all. Like, when I was going through it, I was like, oh, they have this? I don't think I've ever used that. As you can see, I really didn't go through all of the colors because I was just kind of disgusted by it. I don't really like this build mode at all. Like, yes, I guess if I was building something more out there, but most of this stuff isn't really what I would use in everyday gaming. Like, it's not my style. Maybe it's good. I don't know. It's probably another, like, maybe 4 out of 10 because I think it could be useful. I really do if I was building something for it. So what Get to Work is there is 3 active careers in the retail option. Of course, what I'm showing right now is the doctor career. Now, the doctor career for me is the most boring out of all of them. You just have to make sure to cure them with the right stuff. So you'd have to do tests, eye tests, temperature, run on treadmill, scan body, and it's very just repetitive of you clicking them and hoping that you're right. But the more that you do it, the more that you analyze the saliva, their sample, you can log it on the computer and it's easier to tell what they have. Of course, there is more things that you can do in the career during, I don't know what level it is, I forgot, but once you level up enough, you can start giving surgeries, and after surgeries, you can also have medical emergencies where someone will come in faint, or different scenarios like that. You can also, once you hit high enough, deliver babies. And you can also, what is the word? You can reveal a baby's gender to a pregnant sim if they're in the 2nd trimester or above. It didn't work for me for some reason. I don't know why. I kept trying to figure that out because I know about it, because I've heard about it, but I did not find it anywhere when I was trying to do it. So the doctors, like, all of these careers are a little bit repetitive. They're just doing the same things over again, trying to figure out what's wrong with the sim, try to figure out who did the murder. I don't know if it is murder during the detective, but who did it, or make new inventions, which it's still, most of them are all just repetitive and the same thing over and over again. Now it is the detective career. Now the detective career is my second favorite out of all 3 active careers that came with it. You have to go to the crime scene, talk to the witnesses, get fingerprints. Well, yeah, fingerprints and photo evidence. Kind of just collect all this stuff, go through houses. It'll always be like a random house. And then you have to analyze all these samples. Of course, this is not when it starts the career, you don't have to do some of this stuff, but like when you get further along, you can start interrogating people, the suspects, of course, because I tried to interrogate random people. It did not work, but then you have to try to add evidence, so then you can learn if what their hair color is, what their gender is, their height, not their height, their age. Sims don't have heights. And then once you learn all that, you have to go to the place where you think the suspect is, and every single time that I did that, I found him right away. Very easy. It was so simple. Sometimes I would like it to be a little bit harder, and then you have to interrogate them, of course. Now you can do bad cop, which sometimes works, good cop, or evidence. Bad cop, you're just kind of crazy, tell them lies, try to get them to confess. Good cop, being a nice person, promising them dessert and stuff. Evidence, showing them fingerprints and stuff like that. I love how I'm saying this like it's the hardest thing in the world, but it's not. These are very simple, very easy. Get to work is it's easy. It's pretty easy. The Sims 4 is on easy mode. Then you can also do patrol. Every time I have done patrolling, that's the word, it has never worked. There has been nobody there. Everybody's just walking around. No one's littering. No one's fighting. But that's what you're supposed to do, is issue citations when people fight or litter. But every time I did it, nobody did anything. It never worked. And I don't know why. Hopefully it works for other people, but it did not work for me at all. Now, other things that you can also do, you can go and get prisoners and search them, get fingerprints. What is the other one? Take mug shots, normal prison stuff. And like I said, I did try to arrest people that weren't supposed to be like suspects, and they would just lower your job performance. I wanted to bring these people in and then them tell me, wrong person, not just, oh, that's the wrong person. Lower your job. Like, why can't I have a little storyline? The only scientist career, which a lot of people have said is the best part of Get to Work. And to be honest, it kind of is. Everything else is a little bit more mid and just there. But the scientist career, you have different type of days. You can make a different type of potions for hunger, for all sorts of things. It's like the redeemable potions, but you can actually make them. And sometimes they can go wrong. And then you can make a whole bunch of things like the Simray, which I will show you, has a lot of different things that you can do with. And it's so cute, like the little robot thing that makes it. It's so adorable. The Simray, very important. You can make a lot of things with that. But like I said, the potions where you can drink them, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you will die from them, I've heard. But there's a lot of different things that you can make, like a lot. And they're all little fun things. Like, they're so cute and like spacey. I love them so much. And you can upgrade stuff to do more things. And of course you can fish, because why not? Fishing is so cool. But you also can make the rocket ship, which is there. But there is a whole bunch of different type of days, like moral choices, where I think that's what it said. Where you have to be rude to people and nice to people. I don't know why. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. Like unfriendly visitors, which sometimes aliens will come and you have to try to figure out which one is the alien and stuff like that. It's very, like, it seems like this is the only part they focused on in this pack, was this right here. Because it is so fleshed out and it's so welly made, this part. And there's so much more stuff that you can do for this career compared to the detective and the doctor career. In the retail system, we haven't went into it yet, but it's not as good as it could be. But there's so much more in the scientist career. So much you can do. You can make the town angry, happy town, all of that with the little, oh my gosh, I always forget what they're called. That thingy that is right there. Oh my god, space dish thing. I think that's what it is. And you can mind control. So this is where the sim ray goes. You can mind control people to change outfits, to fall asleep, to clean, to freeze them. That's not really mind control. You can transform them, which I think transforms their traits. I don't know what that does. But you can mind control them to do like anything that you want. You could have a whole basement that just cleans the whole house for you because of this gun. This sim ray. You can make them do so much with it, and it's so fun. Like, you can just go around changing everyone to sleepwear. I don't know why, but maybe you want to. But it is really, it's a really good part of the pack. Like, this is the only thing that makes me really happy to play. Like, I love this part of it. I've played the science career so much compared to the other careers, even compared to retail. I've completely remember only playing the science career in my other gaming. Maybe that's because of the Not So Berry challenge, but it's a fun career. It's not just there for being there. Like, it's actually good. And you can also transform random objects, which is so cool. But you can also make the cloning machine, which you can clone just random objects. Like, it's actually like good. Apples and stuff like that. Or you can clone yourself, which yourself can either turn into an evil sim or just a good sim. Mine turned good. His name was Scott. He was a sweet guy. He was just a little me. He was so sweet. So they can turn evil, but he just had all the traits of me. He was a complete copy, but they can be evil. And they see you as their brother, which is really weird. So they aren't related to anybody else in the family except for them. So Finn was his brother / clone. But for any of the other ones, the dad's not the dad, the sister's not the sister. Like, it's not that much, which is weird because that means your clone could date your like sister, which is not my favorite thing. I don't want Scott dating anyone in my family, and I'm glad they were all taken. I said the right word. And then there's also the wormhole, which, because there's 2 new places. I didn't check out, like the Sixum and also Magnolia Promenade. Now Sixum is the alien planet where you have to use the scientist career or the rocket skill. The rocket skill. If you go to level 10, you can also create a wormhole in that, but it is a little bit more expensive. And also you aren't getting money from it. But it's just a little planet. You can also build on it if you have the free build thing on, but there's just a whole bunch of aliens and stuff. It's just a little alien planet, which is really pretty. Like, it's a gorgeous place. You have like little alien lovers get married. Beautiful. I'm sure you could use it in something because it is a really pretty place. If only you could live on here, because a house on Sixum, that would be really nice. Yeah, you can build, and also you can get little aliens. I don't know if it came with Get to Work or if it's just in the base game. Now, the last part of the gameplay for Get to Work is the retail system. Now, it used to be very good. Like, a lot of people used to like it, but since Business and Hobbies came out, it kind of is way worse than Business and Hobbies. Like, it used to be amazing, but now it's just here. But there's also the baking skill comes with Get to Work, which baking skill is kind of just like cooking skill, except for it's baked goods. It's just the same thing. They just be cracking eggs, putting it in the oven. But yeah, like, the retail thing really got overtaken when Business and Hobbies came out, which it sucks for this retail system But even if you look at the other viable things, like vets are better than this one, like than the retail and the get to work. So is, even dine out. I know a lot of people hate dine out, but the way that they put it, like owning a restaurant, it's better than owning whatever you want to own as your retail. I think they did it better, in my opinion. Maybe someone else disagrees, but I don't like the way that they did this. I don't think it was made how I would like it. I couldn't make it better, but that's because I'm not a programmer or a game developer. And I don't think I have the brain for that. But it's good. It's not horrible, but if you're looking to get a pack and you're like, oh, I want to make my own little store, I would recommend getting Business and Hobbies instead of Get to Work. Business and Hobbies is newer. So yes, it's going to be probably better because they finally got down to what they wanted to do. But it's not as good as Business and Hobbies. It really isn't. And if I was making this like 2 years ago, the review might be different. It really might be. But at the same time, I never used this. I really didn't. I only used it for my Get to Work review. I never used the retail system because I didn't like it. I don't know. I just never did. Like the more you learn the baking skill, the more you can bake. That's why, of course, I made a bakery, because I needed to get the baking skill up as well. But also the more that you sell stuff, you can get different perks like faster restock or curious shopper. You can get ones that help your business, or ones that maybe you want another worker. Maybe you want a flashy sign. It's just, I like the reward system. I think it's fun. But other than that, it's not how I like it. I don't really like it that much. Now time for men being pregnant, because Sims Get to Work makes your men pregnant if they get abducted by aliens. I can't say that word that right, but they can get abducted and sometimes they will end up pregnant, which they get different little weird moodlets because they don't know they're pregnant. They just think they're getting bigger kind of thing. They don't understand it. So that happens. And then, well, you give birth and it's an alien. It's an alien, and they're annoying. They're annoying. Alien disguise right when they turn infant. But to be honest, it really doesn't matter. They just act like a normal sim. They're just they just act like a little baby. They're just green. Well, she's purple, but still, like, they don't act any different. They're normal sims until probably around teenagehood. That is when they can get different powers, like you can learn people's traits, you can take their emotions, you can copy their emotions and have their emotions. A lot of emotion stuff. But then other people can also find out who you are, and they can become scared, they can become confident, they become a lot of different emotions, but it makes you embarrassed because you didn't hide it enough. You also glow colors, like when you're feeling very happy, very anything, you will see a glowing sim around. Could be an alien, probably an alien. And for gameplay, I would probably give it a 4 out of 10 again. So in the real scheme of things with rating where it should be, I will probably say I dislike it. That's saying a lot. I'm saying the Outdoor Retreat is a little bit better, but I think it is only because it's a game pack and not an expansion pack. Because in total, the score is probably a 4 out of 10. Maybe a 3.5, but I think it's 4 out of 10 because I did give 2 things 4. I think in the scheme of things, it's not really the best expansion pack. It is the first one, and I think that's got to give it a little bit of something, but it's probably my least favorite. The only good thing about it is the scientist career, and I don't use it that much. I don't have a lot of scientist sims. It's just not my cup of tea. I can't say I play it that much at all. I just hit my microphone, but that's okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see all of you Martians in the next one. Bye!